Are you kidding me? This thing's full again? How come someone hasn't figured out something to do with all of these chips and dust and everything that gets sucked up? Here we go again. Hi, welcome back to Pastor Fred's shop, kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Now, if you've come here because you are intrigued by the title of Did I Find a Way to Get Rid of All of Your Sawdust? The truth is, no, I haven't. Sorry. There's no way to get rid of it all. You're going to be stuck with it. Just like I'm stuck with it. Nothing you can do about that. But I have a little bit of a solution that can get rid of some of it, especially if you live in a northern region, like where it gets cold, like northwestern Pennsylvania. That's where I'm at. Home of the Zippo lighter. Let me know down in the comments where you think I live. Anyway, let me show you what I have and what I'm going to do. I'm going to make fire starters, or pyro pucks is a really cute name for it. If you sell products, this is certainly something that you can sell as not as a woodworking project, but if you know people with fireplaces and if they frequent craft fairs or wherever it is you go, they will buy these things. Absolutely, they will buy them. It's stuff that you're going to throw away anyway, so you have no cost in it except for the wax that you need, which I'll show you here in just a minute. So I'll show you how I make them. The wife isn't home right now, so I have free run of the kitchen. So what you see before you is essentially everything you're going to need to make fire starters. You're going to need a pot to melt the wax in. You're going to need the wax. That is Blended Wax Incorporated BW903 low melt paraffin wax. That is the bigger box that you can buy. I had a much smaller box and blew right through it. You can get that on Amazon. That's where I buy mine from. You're going to need cupcake pans. Get permission from your wife before you take them, because odds are you are going to ruin them. I was nice. I asked permission. Little cupcake papers that you're going to need. That's what we're going to pack all of the dust and things of that nature. And oh yeah, you're going to need a bucket of chips. Basically, that's everything you're going to need. I'll show you how we do it. So go ahead and set up a pan of water. It's filled an inch or two, about like that. Go ahead and get that puppy cooking because you want that to boil. What we're going to do is set the other pot inside of it and create a double boiler, because you don't want to just melt the wax right in this pan on the fire. It'll burn, apparently, from what I read, what they tell me. So we're going to go ahead and get that started boiling. First thing we're going to do is load up our little cupcake holders. Yes, these are the same cupcake papers you can get anywhere at any store. Get the paper ones. Don't get the foil ones, because what you get the foil ones, they're not going to burn. These will burn up and you have nothing to worry about. And I don't know how many I have left, but I'm probably just going to go ahead and use them up. And you stick them down in there. If you've never cooked, congratulations, you're halfway to making a cupcake. So the next thing you're going to do, go ahead and get your bucket. Set her right up on the counter, unless your wife is home. And then ask permission. Unless you're a bachelor, and then just do whatever you want. This is the bucket of chips. This is from my planer and my joiner, so they're kind of stringy, and that's fine. That's actually maybe better. Just get you a little bit of a handful. Put them in the thing. Squash them. Industry term. Squash them. There you go. Just fill them all up. You're going to have chips and sawdust all over the place. Probably. I see I'm getting it all over the counter right now. Make sure you clean up when you're done. Try to live in peace and harmony, for crying out loud. Don't make a mess and don't clean it up. All right, I'll go ahead and get these filled up, and I'll bring you in. What in the world is that? And then I'll bring it. We're going to burn it. It doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to go, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and finish filling these up, and then I'll bring you in for the next step. I went ahead and got this pan filled up. I'm going to show you a little trick I do. Maybe it's a trick. First, I need to get them off of these things because they're just falling all over the place. These are conceivably the same design as far as the pan is concerned. I just take this pan, put it in there, and super squish. It packs that all in nice and tight. Because remember, we're trying to get rid of dust. The better we can pack it in there, the more dust we can get rid of. So I'm going to go ahead back through this and hit these again, pack them down again, and probably start melting some wax. Okay, so I have my pan filled up. All of the ones that have papers in them, I'm doing one experimental. I don't know how it's going to work out. If there's no paper in this one, it might not work at all. I'll let you know if it does or if it doesn't, because if it does work, well, then you're not spending, I think it was $1.29 at Dollar General to get the cupcake paper wrapper cup holder thing. Anyway, the part that you peel off before you eat the cupcake if you're not a heathen. So I'm going to start melting wax. We're going to see, I'm curious about that one. We'll see how that works. But for now, we got to get some of this stuff in this box melting. Okay, got the wax in the smaller of my two pans. I used 8 scoops, which is a very arbitrary number because I don't have any idea what size this scooper is. Last time I did this, I think that 8 scoops took care of 24 of the cupcakes. If I had to guess, this is, I don't know, a third, 2/3, a half. It's a fraction. But even then, times 8 is a lot of math that I don't want to do. So it's what I got. This gave me, it's up to about here in this pot, and this is a 1-quart saucepan. Sure. So we're going to get this melting, and then we're going to start pouring, and that's where things get, that's when the party happens, friends. That's when things start going bananas. So this is your setup right here. Little pot, big pot. This is already starting to melt. I've turned it down a little bit because I don't really, I guess it can boil, but the wooden stick, very important tool. That's why I had it sitting on a counter. You need one of these, and that's to stir. You probably don't have to stir it, but I get really bored waiting for water to boil. You get bored waiting for water to boil? If not, you might be some kind of superhuman. I get bored waiting for water to boil, so this is just so I have something to play with. But we're going to wait for that to really melt down. Once it's a complete liquid, we're ready to pour. That means no more of these little chippers in there, okay? The nice thing I like about this wax is that it's pellets. It's wax pellets. Would that make it pelletized or palletized? You pallet woodworkers out there, you tell me. But we're going to let that melt and get nice and liquidy, and then we're going to see how good our aim is and see if we can actually hit the cupcake holders. I hope so, because otherwise I got a big mess to clean up. Oil, toil, boil, bubble. What's that girl say? Cauldron burn and wax melt. And I don't know. Something like that. We're getting there. Ooh, hot. It's hot. Golly. Okay, that's all. It did the melty thing. You don't have to be crazy in a hurry because you have a little bit of time before this starts to gel back up again. This handle is smoking hot. Got a solution for that. If I only had a brain. Okay, let's see how good or bad I am at this. I'm just going to randomly pick one. I don't know how much to tell you to pour in. I usually pour it in until it's kind of seeming like it's to the top. Because mostly you really want the top sealed, because otherwise all the pieces are going to come out. And if it looks like you got an escaped porcupine in one of these, that's fine. Let it be a porcupine. We're just pouring these in. All we're doing. I have turned the water on the stove down but did not turn it off. And the reason for that is if I do not have enough of this wax, then I don't have to go through the whole process of waiting for the water to boil again. And it looks as though I have not made enough wax. Why, looky there. Let's go ahead and put all that one in there. All over again. Got to do it all over again. Thank God for oven mitts, though. Yep. Oh, half my water boiled away. Okay, pour number 2. I'm going to start in that one that I didn't quite get filled up. I put 11, I think, scoops into this one. It involved math. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, if you're going to go wasting it, you're going to need more. Wouldn't it be funny if I have too much now? It could happen. Now, I don't take the paper wrappers off of these once they cool. For one thing, it's really easy to light them if you leave the paper on there. We're going to make, oh boy, I filled that one up. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the paper wrappers make it really easy to light these. And the wax just lights up, and then the wood sustains it. Did I actually? No. I might have just nailed this. This is the experimental one. A little bit right there. Okay. Now we just let these cool. That one, you get a couple really full ones there. You could swim in them. Yeah, so we'll just let these cool, and then I'll show you what they look like after that. And then they're ready to burn. Burn, baby, burn. Disco and burn. What? Like you've never made brownies and put them in the fridge to speed up the cooling process so you could eat them? I know better. I know better. I know you do. Because I do. Because who wants to wait for brownies to cool? So these are cool. Now it's just a matter of peeling them out. And they definitely have to cool. If you don't let them cool, it really just kind of sticks to the whole thing, and they're hard to get out. Ought to be a quicker way, though. Nope. Can't get my big sausage fingers in there to get them out. Butter knife. Oops. And then the experimental one. Uh-oh, this could be an epic fail. Oh, undoubtedly. Oh, wait. There you go. I might make some more of them and just do it that way, since I'm now out of papers and I'm too cheap to go spend $1.29 to go get more. But here I have about a dozen and a half, something like that. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, dozen and a half. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, you know. So these are set. I just stack them up. All you do is hit it with a torch, poof, instant fire, put your kindling. You know how to build a fire. I'm sure you were a Boy Scout. That's all there is to it. At least half of these are going away. I make these for myself, but I make them for somebody else too. So at least half of those are going away. The rest of them I'll keep here. Now that I know I don't need the papers, maybe I'll make some more. But that's how you make the old pyro pucks. That, like I said, is it going to solve all of your problems of getting rid of all of your dust? No. Is it going to get rid of some of it? Yeah. And if you can sell these things, it'll get rid of even more. All that's left is to light it up. It's also a great way to get rid of your scraps. Maybe I should make a video on that. Thanks for watching.